midweek matinee from Piscataway as we welcome you to Rutgers baseball on BTN Plus. It's the Scarlet Knights as they take on the St. Peter's Peacocks. Of 11 over the weekend in Arizona against Wazoo. Now faces an 0-2. Runner goes again, pitches high, throw down to second is in time. Caught stealing is to Giorgio for the first out of the inning.
That is a beautiful throw from Trent Kerner right there. He popped up right out of the stance and threw a gun. As you can see the replay here, DeGiorgio had
right
no chance with that throw. Good job.
1-0 to Owens is high, 2-0. And one thing was definitely certain in the top of the first, and that's Rutgers isn't used to seeing the velocity that Candelario is throwing at. It's a little slower than maybe than some of the Washington State pitchers had, so they were up in front of him. Pete has struck out 12 times this season in 30 plate appearances. He's a 9-hitter for a reason here. Not the most lethal bat. Check again over on first. Connor has taken one base so far this year. First base runner for the Peacocks, and now they're down 3. Could maybe see them get ultra aggressive here.
Maybe hit and run. I'm not sure Vita's the guy to do that with, however.
Here's the 1-2 is just outside. Counts 2-2. Looked pretty good from that angle.
He called it late. He called it a strike.
Maybe our video operator is just off here. Here's the 2-2 hit up the middle and pass the diving to Giorgio into center field for a base hit. Regardless of what the previous call was, the Peacocks now have 2 on with 1 out. That one's hit into center field. It's going to drop in front of Sheekhofer for a base hit. Rounding third is Connor. He will come around to score. The Peacocks are on the board. The team's 25 runs batted in this year. That one's sent down the right field line. And it's going to drop for a fair ball. One's going to come around to score. Hustling into second is Govora. It's an RBI double for the Peacocks. And now the Scarlet Knights lead 3-2. Left field. By the pole, 324 and right, if he's brave enough. 0-1 is hit through for a base hit past the diving Desi. 1 run's going to come around. Here's the throw to the plate. The throw is not in time. 2 runs score on the RBI single from Sandel Colom, and St. Peter's goes up 4-3.
Quite the turn of events in this one. Bellissimo retired the first 7 hitters through 2 1/3. Since then, 5 Peacocks have reached on base hits.
Just got out in front of it and pulled it past Desi through the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. It's a decent throw to the plate, but Ceruto couldn't handle it in time. And St. Peter's, after being down 3 after the second inning, have plated 4 here in the third. BTN hits, and we'll head to the bottom of the third to see if the Scarlet Knights can respond here on BTN Plus. Back at Baton Field after the Peacocks of St. Peter's have taken a 4-3 lead here. Calling on the bullpen for St. Peter's first of the day, Ian Kancevich in to pitch. The underarm throwing reliever is going to come in. Sam, why don't you break down Kancevich on the air?
Senior right-hander. This is his 5th appearance. He started 2 games.
To the plate. 0-1 is high and outside. If you're a right-handed hitter, that ball is always going to be tailing away from you. Submarine delivery from Kancevich. Now a 2-1 count to Brito. The bats are there for the Scarlet Knights. Going to the heart of the order. Some really hot bats right now. That one's popped foul out of play. Behind us. 2-2 the count.
Kancevich not struck out a batter in 11 in the third inning.
Surprising with that awkward delivery that a lot of batters aren't used to. Now 2-2 is chopped lazily to second base, ranging over his Vitiello. Throws the first for the first out of the inning. Schiekofer is going to dig in now, and he was first pitch swinging the last time and took John Candelario, the starter for the Peacocks, over the left field fence. That was the first run of the game for either team. It was 3 runs in the bottom of the second for the Scarlet Knights, followed up by 4 runs in the top of the third for St. Peter's.
There's that weird delivery again from Kincevich. A breaking ball that catches the inside of the plate.
That one's chopped, hit the plate on its way out, so it's a foul ball.
Going back to that same location there on the second pitch. Schiekofer quickly in an 0-2 hole after a first pitch home run his last time up in the second inning.
Average up to 282 on the season after that home run. 1 for 1 on the day. The 0-2. Just blowing outside. Count now 1-2.
That one just missed.
Payoff pitch is hit the other way and through for a base hit for Schiekofer, who will round first and head back. It's a single with 1 away here. Schiekofer 2 for 2.
There's another great piece of opposite field hitting by Schiekofer. Like Candelaria, Kincevich on the mound there, he's really not blowing you away with a lot of stuff. The velocity isn't really there. It's not coming in fast. Staying back is going to be the key for Rutgers hitters today.
There's Sam Owens, who drops the first one to short, beat bobbles, throws the second for 1, on to first for the double play. A 6-4-3 double play, and a nice quick inning for St. Peter's after they took the lead in the top of the third. Well, into the fourth. Check it out one more time. After the quick bobble, it's pretty routine for the Peacocks, and we're a third of the way through. St. Peter's in front here on BTN+.
The third out of the inning. That is what you call going out in style. To the bottom of the fourth we go. No runs on 1 hit for the Peacocks. Scarlet Knights trail 4-3. Scarlet Knights trail 4-3 heading into the bottom of the fourth. Could have been worse had it not been from a perfect throw from Mike Neister to Peter Ceruto on a hit that would have scored the 5th run for the Peacocks.
Dead on. Never had a chance. Kept the deficit at 1. Now Rutgers going back, getting towards the bottom of the lineup for the second time. Going to get their third at bat if any of them get on. Big opportunities going to come.
Kincevich out for a second inning of work as Welsh stakes outside. Grounded into a fielder's choice, 4-6 his first time up. Sends one out into left field. Coming in and making the catch for the first out is Nicholas Shuba. And that'll send Peter Ceruto up to the plate.
Ceruto, his last time up, had a really nice bit of hitting. A double going to the opposite field, right center field. He would eventually come around to score as part of that 3-run second. Scarlet Knights had to open the scoring. It's all been St. Peter since.
Takes a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat. Sophomore catcher coming into today, hitting .360 in 7 games. Evens the count up at 1.
I think Rutgers is really just thrown off by the whole delivery of Kincevich. You really don't see it once, maybe twice a year. It's about getting used to it.
Count goes to 2-1 on Ceruto. There's the main guy behind the plate for the Scarlet Knights this year. Foul tips one into the glove. Concevich evens the count at 2, 1 away. 2-2 to Ceruto. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Concevich with a nasty breaking ball, and Ceruto is handcuffed for the second out.
It's a really tough pitch to pull the trigger on if you're Ceruto, because the way of the delivery, you don't expect the ball to be that close to you. And it curved back inside. It's a really good pitch from Concevich.
Josh Rodriguez, the freshman right fielder, takes a ball. Flied out to center his first time up. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Both teams with big innings. Scarlet Knights with 3 in the bottom half of the second, but the Peacocks came back with 4 of their own in the top half of the third to take a 4-3 lead. As this one is going to get out of play on the right side, and Rodriguez will have a count of 2-1.
As much as you obviously want to get guys on base and get something going, starting a rally with 2 outs is always tough, and Scarlet Knights will flip over the lineup card after Rodriguez.
Fouls another one off, right side out of play, and the count's 2-2. Peacocks looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon, and they have an opportunity here with Concevich on the mound. Took over for John Candelaria after 2 innings of work. And that one's going to be a foul ball as it got Rodriguez as he made contact with it.
Now those sting. Those sting, and look, it's a beautiful day out in Piscataway, but it's not what it's going to be, at the end of April and May when we get to the end of the season. Those are tough ones to bounce back from, especially from a confidence perspective, swinging the bat.
Right off the inner part of that left foot, and he's back in the box. And taps one back. It's going to stay fair. Kerner fires to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. A nice play by Kerner to spring up and throw over to Markert at first. And the Peacocks get their first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. We head to the top half of the 5th. St. Peter's leads Rutgers 4-3. Gio. Checking on the runner at second. He shows bunt, and it hits him, and the Peacocks have loaded the bases here with nobody out to escape the inning with no runs as Dan DeGiorgio bunts back, and he is going to be out at first. A nice play there by Concevich out for his 3rd inning, and there is 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th.
One quick out from DeGiorgio, who was 1 for 1, and he had walked in his other at-bat going in. A bunt was just trying to get the base runner on. It's a very close play. Very close.
Here's Tim Desi 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes a strike.
How about Parkinson in that last inning? Full Houdini. Bases loaded, no one out. Huge double play.
That was enormous, and he was behind 3 balls and no strikes to Del Colo.
Yeah, he battled all the way back and got the strikeout and then the double play. I mean, that is as well done as you can do. Also the most stress-inducing if you're a manager, but it all counts the same.
Desi sees the count go to 3-1 on him. One of the most versatile players the Scarlet Knights have. He saw time at first base, second base, third base a season ago, and he hits.
And those 2 pitches right there are what makes Concevich so tough to read. One pitch runs in on you, and when that pitch runs in on you, the way he delivers that submarine style, it makes you nervous, and then he goes all the way outside.
Desi is aboard with a walk. The Scarlet Knights' first base runner since the bottom of the 3rd inning Kincevich set him down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the fourth. Up steps Mike Neister, the junior left fielder. 1 for 2 with a single today. As he leads off of first, as Neister takes inside. Neister, the real story with him today is his defensive work. When St. Peter's was threatening to score again in the top of the fourth, as Desi gets back on the pickoff throw. He cut down a runner at the plate to keep this at a one-run game. Ceruto fielded the throw on a hop. And applied a tag to Trent Kerner, who was coming around the bases, looking to extend that to a 2-run lead for the Peacocks. Neister takes inside.
A lot of the guys on this Scarlet Knights roster, Neister, DeGiorgio, even though he was banged up last year, Brito, Ceruto, they've all been asked to do a lot from a very young age. Right from the time they got here to Rutgers, to see their development is really nice to see the direction that this team's gone.
Neister fouls one off. As the count now goes to 2-2. Neister's, like you said, started since his freshman season. So he gets prepared for the 2-2 offering from Kincevich, and it's a called strike 3. Kincevich has had a lot of success working that inside part of the plate on a couple of Scarlet Knights hitters now.
And you expect these pitches to be rising, and this one's going to dip down right at the end, right around the knees of Neister, and that is a really beautiful pitch from Kincevich. I mean, there's nothing Neister could do at all.
As he leads off of first, as Chris Brito takes a strike.
Same looking pitch where it goes off to the outside that time instead of going down, but you expect that pitch to really only have one direction, and when it starts to change on you, it makes it, you think of breaking ball stuff. Well, these breaking balls are that much tougher to hit.
Brito, the most feared hitter in the Scarlet Knights lineup, sophomore first baseman, hitting .333 with 3 home runs coming into today. As the count moves to 1-2 on him, with Kincevich painting the outside corner. Scarlet Knights have not been able to figure him out. 1-2 is ground foul left side. You'd never guess, looking at Kincevich's numbers when he came on the mound, had not struck out a hitter all season. He struck out 2 and 2 2/3 today. Another 1-2 to Brito. Count moves to 2-2.
Brito never afraid to get hit by a pitch on any part of his body. Normally you see players skip and rope on a pitch like that right in front of their feet. And he just stood there. He was prepared to get hit.
2-2 gets by Kerner, and that'll allow Desi to advance to second. That'll be a wild pitch. Desi with a wide turn at second, but opts to stay there, even though it's quite a big backstop here at Bain Field, but to get 2 bases on a wild pitch, that would certainly take a lot.
It's ambitious too, and the ball bounced towards the third base side, so it wouldn't have been too long of a throw from Kerner. But also, Desi's got some good legs. You feel like a base hit, running aggressive with 2 outs, should be able to score a run. Now the onus is on Brito to provide that hit.
Brito with a big opportunity here, but he swings and misses as Kincevich gets his 3rd strikeout of the day to escape the scoring threat Rutgers posed. We go to the top of the 6th inning here at Bain Field. St. Peter's leads Rutgers 4-3. This is Rutgers baseball on BTN. Marker, not much of a threat to run, has not attempted a steal all season. So going a freshman out of East Hanover, New Jersey, attended Newark Academy. His first offering is a called strike.
What year is he?
Freshman.
Freshman. All right. I was gonna say I went to high school right across the street from Newark Academy. I played one game against him back my freshman year. Then again, he must have been in 6th grade.
Saccone out of the stretch. The 0-1. Breaking ball outside. Ceruto with a nice stop. And the count moves to 1-1.
It's my first ever start in high school, too, as a freshman. Went outside during lunch for a quick hitting session, and coach told me that, starting, I struck out looking twice. I was a little nervous, freshman playing varsity.
Saccone's 1-1 is outside. And Kerner is ahead in the count. 2-1. Doubled his last time, but was the runner thrown out at home on a throw by Mike Neister. Peter Ceruto takes a 2-1, called for a strike, and the count is even at 2. Markert with a short lead off of first base. Andrew Connor, the center fielder, on deck as the count moves to 3-2 as Saccone misses way outside.
St. Peter's has been very aggressive from the get-go, and over the last couple innings, they've been finally able to hit and score some runs. I would not be surprised if there is a bit of a hit and run here. Depends how much they trust the hitter.
As Kerner lifts one to left field, back is Neister, near the track, near the wall. He looks up, and this one's gone. And the St. Peter's dugout is fired up. Trent Kerner with a 2-run home run, and the Peacocks take a 6-3 lead.
I guess no need to send the batter when you're a touch them all anyway on a nice little trot around the bases. Kerner now 2 of 3, and he has hit all 3 really hard, and this one he hits the hardest. A home run well over the left field fence, and Rutgers down 3 runs now. Who saw that one coming?
First offering to Andrew Connor is low and away. So St. Peter's now leads 6-3, looking for its first win on the 2020 campaign. Saccone works out of the windup now as Connor, grounds one to third. Desi Fields on the first, and there is the first out of the inning.
Now, if you're the Scarlet Knights, the most important thing is to settle down. Things happen, hits happen, yeah, and home runs happen too. Now you got the first out, and can resettle yourself. And Kerner in the 7th spot. We talk about the 5 through 9 guys for St. Peter's not always being the biggest bats, but Kerner from the get-go has had the Scarlet Knights number today.
And the Scarlet Knights are out of the inning, but not before Trent Kerner extends the Peacocks' lead to 2 runs on a 2-run homer to left field. To the bottom of the 6th we go. St. Peter's leads Rutgers 6-3. This is Rutgers baseball on BTN+. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 5, 6, 7 here in the order for the Scarlet Knights. It'll be Richie Schieckhofer, Sam Owens, and Kevin Welsh. As Schieckhofer digs in, 1 for 2 on the day with a solo home run to left field that got the scoring going in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. It was an inning where the Scarlet Knights scored all of their 3 runs today. As St. Peter's has answered with the last 6 to go ahead 6-3. As Schieckhofer flies one to center field. Under it is for the first out of the inning as Schieckhofer moves to 1 for 3 on the day. Taking in will be the right-handed hitting Sam Owens. Owens 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. Takes outside, grounded into a double play in the 3rd inning. That ended it. 1-0, Owens shows bunt. Pulls back and takes for a strike.
Cool story, Sam Owens. Obviously at Bryant with his dad. His dad gets a job here. He wants to transfer.
The 1-1 is fouled right side out of play, and Owens is in a 1-2 hole. Ian Kincevich out for his 4th inning of work, and the Scarlet Knights have not been able to figure him out.
Just 1 hit since he came out in the 3rd inning. They were dominant.
Sidearm delivery.
It is that sidearm delivery, I do think, that really gets to Rutgers, and they're just not used to it because he's not throwing much harder than Candelaria was.
Owens flies one into right field. Back is to Colo. He makes the catch, going to one knee for the 2nd out of the inning. Got a good jump on that ball, ranging to his right, and there are 2 away.
Rutgers finally got a good piece on there. And Del Colo with the circuitous route a little bit. Talking about that first step needing to go back. He went in a little bit and had to round about back to it. But all outs count the same, and Rutgers couldn't get one there.
Here's Kevin Welsh. The senior 2nd baseman takes outside. 0 for 2 on the day, but did score a run. Rounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and came around to score and flew out to left in the 4th inning. And Kincevich finds the outside corner there. Welsh started all 10 games coming into today for the Scarlet Knights, 222 on the year.
Ooh, heads up.
That was a screamer. Should Welch reach base, it'll be Peter Ceruto, the catcher on deck, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout.
I think Welsh is the first batter I've ever seen with the G-strap on both sides. He's a switch hitter, so he needs to come prepared, but it's like very Bane-esque.
He finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Welsh, one of the leaders on this team. He fouls one left side out of play.
He could go softball where the cage if he really wanted to. I'm not going to knock this style. I think it looks good. Big fan of the G-strap.
Scarlet Knights, since Kincevich entered in the 3rd, have just 2 base runners as Welsh takes up and out. The only guys to reach off of Kincevich. Sheekoffer singled in the 3rd. And Desi walked in the 6th, or excuse me, the 5th. As the senior righty is through 3 2/3 innings, trying to make that 4 by sitting down Welsh, as Welsh grounds to 2nd. Catolo fields on the 1st, and Kincevich is through 4 innings as the Peacocks take a 6-3 lead to the top of the 7th. When we come back, I'll be handing it over to Jake Ostrove for the final 3 innings.
Top 6-3 over Rutgers at the bottom of the 7th here on BCN+. Bottom of the 7th here from Baton Field. St. Peter's still in front, 6-3. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Scarlet Knights. Peter Ceruto digs in. The catcher's got a double on the day. His 3rd plate appearance of the day here. He's 1-2 so far. Struck out looking his last time up. First pitch swinging, chop to shortstop. Ranging over is Veet, who throws out Ceruto to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
1 pitch, 1 out. Kincevich out for his 5th inning of work.
He's been pitching very well. Up to 58 pitches on the day so far for Kincevich. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Josh Rodriguez. Grant Schulman will dig in, making his 7th appearance on the day. On the year, excuse me. I think the misses at that first one. 14 plate appearances, 5 hits, good for a .357 average. Placing Josh Rodriguez. That pitch is foul, third base side out of play.
Rodriguez finishes the day 0 for 2. Fly out to center. And a ground out. Soft dribbler to Kerner through to Marker for an out.
Now Schulman's behind 0-2. Now it's just up and outside. It was a close pitch. Count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 is now this time up and inside. Count 2-2.
Scarlet Knights need to get something going. They have not had multiple base runners in one inning since all the way back in the second, which was the inning where they scored their 3 runs in the game.
Now it's popped straight back behind us and off the netting. Stays 2-2. They've only got 1 hit since that second inning rally. And only 2 base runners.
3 of the 5 hits came in that inning.
2-2 to Schulman is jammed him to the shortstop. It'll easily get right to him on the line out for the second out. It'll flip the lineup card over for the 4th time today. DeGiorgio is going to come up. He bunted back to the pitcher, Kincevich, his last time up in the 5th.
If there's anyone to get a rally going, you obviously want a guy like Dan DeGiorgio over the plate.
And a warning issue to someone in the dugout, I assume it's Steve Owens.
I didn't hear anything being said from the Rutgers dugout.
Well, home plate umpire Keith Segedy did, and issued a warning to the Rutgers bench.
Now, Owens is coaching third base, and he pointed towards the dugout, did the home plate umpire.
And so, not sure who said something. Owens called strike, though. An 0-1 to DeGiorgio. Outside 1-1.
And I heard Segedy loud and clear.
Warning up balls and strikes. Yeah.
Balls and strikes, but I did not hear anything come from the Rutgers dugout.
Not sure if it was a player coming back, frustrated with the strike zone in their at bat. That one's fouled first base side out of play. 1-2 outs here. Peacocks in front, 6-3. They've got twice as many hits as the Scarlet Knights, 10-5 in the hit column. Twice as many points as well, runs, should we say, here in baseball. Payoff is chopped off the plate and behind. Stay 1-2.
This is DeGiorgio's 2nd time facing Kincevich. All other hitters, aside from Desi and Neister, have faced him twice.
1-2, and that hit DeGiorgio, so base runner will be on with 2 outs here. DeGiorgio goes to first on the hit by pitch. That brings up Desi.
I gotta say, I like DeGiorgio wearing one there. The Scarlet Knights needed a base runner any way they could, and DeGiorgio did not try to get out of the way of that one. He just stood right in the box, as you can see right there. Just let it hit him. You have to do what you have to do, and the Scarlet Knights desperately needed a base runner to get something going. And who better to be at the plate right now than Tim Desi, 333 coming into today on the season.
0-1 on the day. He popped out into the infield to second base his first time off back in the first. He's walked twice since. 0-1 is sliced foul first base side out of play. Quick 0-2 hole for Desi.
2 times times on base today, though, walking each in the second and the fifth inning. So he's one of the more solid hitters in this lineup, without a doubt.
Take a look down the right field line. There is really no work by anyone being done in the St. Peter's bullpen. Kincevich has been dealing so far this afternoon. Now has an 0-2 count. It's inside. That was pitch number 70 for Kincevich, who's dropped his ERA considerably so far today. All the way down to 11.25, but much higher coming in. Rutgers hasn't been able to get anything going. That one's chopped to third base. Bobbling it is Kavura, and Desi's going to be safe. I think they'll credit Desi with a hit that time. So now 2 on and 2 out for Mike Neister.
Goes back to the DiGiorgio at bat. The Scarlet Knights needed a base runner. They got one, and things happen when you put the ball in play, and that is a textbook description for Desi's at bat, I think. He put the ball in play, a high chop. Even if Gavura fielded it cleanly, it was going to be a very tough play with how Desi got down the line.
Neister, one of the best hitters the Scarlet Knights have, takes ball 1. 2 on and 2 out. Scarlet Knights down by 3. Neister represents the tying run here in the later third of the game. It's a midweek game from Baton Field. First time Kincevich has faced any type of adversity. Prior to this inning, Rutgers had only had 2 base runners since Kincevich came into the game. Check swing that time, half swing called strike. Count goes 1-1.
And Candelaria exited after 2 innings. Kincevich came on in the third, and the Scarlet Knights have had no solution to his delivery.
1-1. That hit him. That hit Neister on the arm. He knew it immediately. I'm sure he felt it, but so did the home plate umpire agreed with him. Now the bases are loaded for Chris Brito in a huge spot here in the 7th.
A little bit of a weird hit by pitch right here. As you can see the replay, it goes off of, I don't see where it hit Neister.
It's not like you had to sell it either. Clear contact, maybe on the jersey, but 2 outs and the bases are loaded now.
Segedy immediately signaled for a hit by pitch. As you can see another angle of it here. The ball does change direction a little bit, and it's always confusing on these because, of course, as you can see, the ball went right into the glove of Kerner. But nonetheless, Rutgers is in business right now, and it has to capitalize. DiGiorgio got things going with a hit by pitch. Desi followed him up with an infield single, and Neister just took one as well to get down to first base and load the bases for the most dangerous hitter in the Scarlet Knights lineup, Chris Brito. It hasn't been pretty at all. Of course, how the Scarlet Knights loaded the bases. 2 hit batsmen and a high chopper infield single. But any way you can get it done is, you have to get it done, you know, and
Casey Auburn retreats to his own dugout. Some work now being done. Jordan Warecki in the Peacocks bullpen, but everyone is focused on Chris Brito as he takes a first pitch ball. Brito has a team high, conference high, 3 home runs on the year in a huge spot here. The bases loaded and 2 outs with the Scarlet Knights down by 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Now ahead 1-0 Brito. Kincevich is set. Now take a look over at Neister at first, who slides back safely. That would be a killer to get called out on a pickoff in a spot like this.
And Marker not holding Neister at first, playing behind the bag.
Always be aware of a back door there, but the 1-0 is chopped foul, third base side.
They were definitely trying to steal one right there, but good awareness by Neister. Still had a regular-sized lead, one where he knew he could get back. But teams will try to do that to you, just as the Peacocks tried to do there.
1-1 now the count with 2 outs. Scarlet Knights have gotten all 3 base runners on with 2 outs. That one's lifted high into center field. Going back is Connor. He's drifting back, settles under it right in front of the track, and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Scarlet Knights strand the bases loaded. They still trail by 3. We'll head to the 8th here from Baton Field on BTN+. 8th inning from
all of it working out there in that top half of the 8th inning, and he did his job. Rutgers trails 6-3. They threatened last inning. Chris Burrito flew out with the bases loaded and 2 men out to end the rally. But Reardon, if Rutgers can mount a rally, he'll be looked at as one of the stars of this game, being able to hold a deficit, and they didn't even put 1 ball in play off of him. He struck out the side.
5, 6, 7 for the Scarlet Knights. Sheekoffer, Owens, and Welsh. If any of them get on, then catcher Ceruto will come to the plate. Scarlet Knights only have 6 outs left to give. First pitch is hit right up the middle and through for a base hit. Sheekoffer with his 2nd hit of the day, and he's aboard with the leadoff single.
Sheekoffer, great piece of hitting right there. Had 2 prior opposite field hits, an opposite field homer and an opposite field single. Gets another single after flying out in the 6th inning, and on base 3 times today.
His 3rd hit, should I say. A home run, a single, now another single. And it's that Sam Owens. Owens takes a first pitch ball. It's the 3rd time through the lineup for the Scarlet Knights, seeing Koncevich, who has been dealing, out for his 6th inning of work. He's been out there since the 3rd inning. Check over on Sheekoffer over at first. Pitch count now at 80.
Yeah, with Desi and Neister's at-bats last inning, every Scarlet Knight has faced Koncevich at least 2 times.
That's chopped to 3rd base, over to 2nd for 1, a bobble, and Owens is going to beat that throw out, but the lead runner is caught Sheekoffer down on the fielder's choice. Owens goes to first, though.
Yeah, a bobble there by Joey Vitello at 2nd. May have cost the Peacocks a chance at turning a double play. That would have been Owens' 2nd of the day, but he's just able to beat the throw down the line. But if not for that bobble, that should have been another rally killer. But instead, the Scarlet Knights still with an opportunity to do something here with less than 2 outs. And Welsh at the plate.
I always wonder what those types of plays do for momentum. What can transpire after? That one's hit first base side, through for a base hit. Going to 2nd is Owens, and Welsh has a hit, his 1st of the day. 2 on and 1 out for RU.
Really hard hit ball there by Welsh, finding a hole on the right side of the field. Owens with good hustle around the bases, gets to 2nd, didn't really think about 3rd. But I think that's the right decision right there. The Scarlet Knights need all the base runners they can get, because we're going to have a mound visit right now.
I think this might do it for Koncevich.
Peacocks have action in their bullpen. Let's see if the change is made now.
It's not a full infield visit, so I don't know about that one.
Scarlet Knights have had multiple base runners in each of the last 2 innings in the 7th and 8th, after failing to accomplish that in innings 3 through 6.
This is the 2nd straight inning that the Peacocks have had a coach come out to the mound to talk with Koncevich. Obviously, if they come out one more time this inning, then Koncevich has got to come out of the game. But I wonder how long the leash is going to be for Ian, who has been spectacular today in relief of John Candelaria.
Oh, he has been phenomenal. He's had everything working. That delivery has had Rutgers off balance all day. Really painting that breaking ball on the corners with that very funky delivery. Certainly has been tough to solve.
Ceruto with the ground ball, 3rd base side, over to 2nd for 1. Vitiello to first, scooped down to the ground and caught for the double play. A killer for the Scarlet Knights as we'll head to the 9th. Still a 3-run game. Peacocks coming to the plate here in the top of the 9th. Stay tuned for more on BTN+. Final inning of play from Baton Field. St. Pete in the order is aboard. Now Hunter Mason grounds one to short, to Giorgio, to Welsh, over to first for the double play. And we're headed to the bottom of the ninth. Scarlet Knights need 3 to tie. They'll have 9-1-2 when we come back here on BTN Plus. Bottom of the ninth from Baton Field, the Scarlet Knights need a rally. Trail by 3 to the St. Peter's Peacocks, who came into this game 0-11 on the season. Scarlet Knights on the verge of dropping their first game at home. There's the second contest in Piscataway as the seasons turn from winter to spring. It was a nice day when we started. It turned a little cooler with the sun going behind us. And now 9-1-2 for the Scarlet Knights. The pinch hitter is Jordan Sweeney, who has 3 hits and 8 at-bats, good for a .375 average this season. That one's fouled. First base side, count quickly 0-2. Looks like St. Peter's is going to ride with Konsevich, who has pitched 6 really good innings. 4 hits, just 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. No runs allowed, more importantly. After the Scarlet Knights scored 3 back in the bottom of the second, Konsevich came in the third, and he's been really good ever since.
Sweeney, a big guy, 6'5", freshman out of Egg Harbor Township.
0-2 is tipped into the glove of Kerner for strike 3, 1 away.
Again, it's Konsevich with that breaking stuff that he's had great command of all day long. He gets Sweeney to chase low in the zone there, and a good job by Kerner to hold on to it.
Back to the leadoff hitter into Giorgio, who is 1-2 today. Takes a ball that time just inside. 1 hit for DeGiorgio, 1 walk as well. He's driven in 1 run. That's a called strike. Count 1-1.
Scarlet Knights at the top of the order with DeGiorgio, Desi, and Neister with still 1 out, so plenty of time to get something going.
That one's behind him. Right behind the knees. Giorgio got hit his last time up. Was prepared to do so again. Just missed him though.
He didn't make an attempt to get out of the way, just like he didn't on his last time. He knows Rutgers needs a base runner any way he can.
About third base side. You know, you bend your knees as the batter to get in a good athletic position. If he had straightened himself up, he might have had his second hit by pitch of the day. Now a 2-2 count. Strike 3. Konsevich got him for the second out of the inning. Scarlet Knights are down to their final out.
You just have to tip your hat to Konsevich. He has had the number of the Scarlet Knights all day. I mean, that delivery again, pounding low and in the zone, that has been his spot all day long. It's up to Desi to keep things going for the Knights.
Desi, a 1-2 on the day. He's walked twice as well. Highest batting average on the team, batting .344 on the year. He's batting .400 with 2 outs. Takes a strike there. Count 1-1. This would be a major upset for the Scarlet Knights. St. Peter's, having just won 5 games all last year. That one's to Konsevich. He's going to run it over to first base, and that'll do it. The final score from Baton Field, an upset. St. Peter's 6, Rutgers 3.
And what a lift that is for St. Peter's. Coming into today 0-11 and getting its first win of the season. And for Rutgers, 5-5 in its first 10 games. Obviously the incident with coming home on Sunday, having to cancel the game at St. Joe's yesterday, it's a tough one to swallow. But tomorrow, the team will be traveling to Old Dominion for a 3-game series a series that's taken place for quite some time now, so they're going to have to forget about this one and try to win the weekend. But the story today is Ian Kincevich, who had the Scarlet Knights' number all day long with his sidearm delivery, and they really had no answer for him. He was masterful today, and the Knights really did not get much going against him.
Scarlet Knights scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second, and 6 unanswered from St. Peter's as they win their first game of the season, improved to 1-11. Scarlet Knights fall to 5-6. This has been Rutgers Baseball on BTN Plus.